The global economy was shaken to its core on April 2, 2025. President Trump, in a move that shocked markets and stunned world leaders, announced sweeping new tariffs on Chinese goods. These tariffs, initially reported at a staggering 125% but later clarified to be at least 145%, sent shockwaves through the global financial system. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, a key indicator of American economic health, plummeted a historic 4,000 points in just 2 days. The S&P 500, another major stock market index, suffered a similar fate, experiencing its own dramatic decline. The severity of the situation was not lost on industry leaders. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, called the market reaction unimaginable, a stark reflection of the widespread fear and uncertainty gripping the global economy. This unprecedented move, dubbed Liberation Day by some, marked a significant escalation in the ongoing trade tensions between the United States and China. While the Trump administration maintained that these tariffs were necessary to protect American jobs and intellectual property, the immediate impact was one of widespread economic anxiety. The tariffs, targeting a wide range of Chinese imports, threatened to disrupt global supply chains and increase costs for businesses and consumers alike. The exemptions for certain tech products, including smartphones and computers, provided little comfort in the face of such a massive economic gamble. The ramifications of President Trump's decision were felt far beyond the borders of the United States. The interconnected nature of the global economy meant that this economic earthquake, originating in Washington, would send tremors across the world. From the bustling financial centers of London and Tokyo to the emerging markets of India and Brazil, governments and businesses braced themselves for the fallout. The question on everyone's mind was how severe the damage would be, and how long it would take for the global economy to recover. As the world grappled with the initial shock of Trump's tariff announcement, a sense of foreboding settled in. The global economy, already grappling with slowing growth and geopolitical uncertainty, was now facing a new and potentially more dangerous threat, a trade war between the world's two largest economies. The stakes were high and the outcome uncertain, leaving the world holding its breath as it braced itself for the next chapter in this high-stakes economic drama. The global response to the Trump administration's aggressive trade policies was swift and decisive, reflecting the seriousness with which the world viewed the unfolding economic crisis. Central banks, tasked with maintaining financial stability, sprang into action, deploying a range of monetary policy tools to mitigate the damage. India, New Zealand, and the Philippines, all significant players in the global economy, announced interest rate cuts in an attempt to stimulate economic activity. These cuts, aimed at encouraging borrowing and investment, were a clear signal that these countries were prepared to act decisively to protect their economies from the fallout of a potential trade war. Governments, too, were quick to respond, rolling out fiscal stimulus packages designed to bolster their economies and protect jobs. South Korea, a major manufacturing powerhouse, announced a multi-billion-dollar stimulus package aimed at supporting small businesses and investing in infrastructure projects. Spain, still recovering from the Eurozone debt crisis, followed suit, injecting billions into its economy to boost consumer spending and create jobs. Canada, facing its own trade tensions with the United States, unveiled a significant stimulus plan focused on supporting its manufacturing sector and providing tax breaks to businesses. These coordinated efforts highlighted the global nature of the economic threat posed by the Trump administration's protectionist policies. The world was waking up to the reality that a trade war between the United States and China would have far-reaching consequences, impacting economies large and small. The interconnectedness of the global economy, once seen as a source of strength and prosperity, was now a potential liability, as economic shocks in one part of the world could quickly spread to others. The global response to the Trump tariffs was not merely a matter of economic self-preservation. It was also a reflection of the growing unease with the United States' increasingly unilateral approach to global trade. The rules-based trading system, painstakingly built over decades, was under threat, and the world was looking for ways to defend it. The coming months would be critical, as the world watched to see if the United States would reconsider its course or double down on its protectionist agenda. The future of the global economy and the livelihoods of billions hung in the balance. As tensions rise between global powers, the trade war escalates, impacting economies worldwide. Tariffs are imposed and retaliatory measures follow swiftly. Supply chains are disrupted, and businesses face unprecedented challenges. The ripple effects are felt by consumers, with prices soaring and availability of goods dwindling. The world watches anxiously as leaders grapple with the fallout of their decisions. The stability of the reserve currency comes into question. With mounting debt and fluctuating confidence, the value of the currency wavers. Nations begin to diversify their reserves, seeking alternatives to safeguard their economies. The once unshakable faith in the currency's dominance is now under scrutiny. Markets react with volatility, and the financial world braces for potential upheaval. In the midst of the chaos, a new world order begins to take shape. Emerging economies assert their influence, challenging the traditional power structures. Alliances shift, and new partnerships are forged. The balance of power is in flux, with nations vying for strategic advantage. The global landscape is being redrawn, and the implications are profound for the future of international relations. Looking ahead, the future is rife with uncertainty. Economies are in a state of flux and the path forward is unclear. Innovation and resilience will be key to navigating the challenges that lie ahead. As the world grapples with these unprecedented times, one thing is certain: adaptability will be crucial. The journey is fraught with risks but also opportunities for those who can seize them. The story of this economic crisis is still unfolding, and its ultimate resolution remains to be seen.